Good evening, everyone. So, good evening, सबको नमस्कार. Uh, so, I thought we'll start with this business model canvas. How many of you know about it? आप कितने लोगों को मालूम है इसके बारे में? Have you tried doing it and you couldn't do it? किसी को मालूम है? Just lift your hand. I will know how many of you have done. You can. किसी ने भी नहीं किया? Nobody has done till now? Never mind. We will learn and we'll do it, right? So, what is this business model canvas? And this is all what I have learned in my journey. This was very difficult even for me when I was starting. But yeah, so this is basically sharing whatever I have learned. And earlier I didn't know the importance of this particular document, but now I have understood, and I would suggest everybody to do this. Now, why it is important? These are again my learning, what I feel. Uh, so इसमें it actually keeps you focused. हम लोग इधर उधर भागते नहीं हैं. We don't run around. We are not lost. We are not confused. It is completely one target, and it is like overview of things. उसको कैसे ऊपर से मतलब we need to have a broader look if we have to establish something. So it helps us in doing that, and it also helps us in keeping our work focused, and it helps us in taking certain decisions what we have to. When we are focused, we know what to do and what to decide, what is good for the business. It helps us in many ways. So हम लोग इसमें देखेंगे कि हमें इसमें कैसे help होता है, and how do we do. So before I go into the proper business model canvas, I want to start it with a small little story. So, the story is, I mean, the reason I'm sharing this story, and this story is with the perspective of BEA. So, you have to understand how BEA is looking at things, and how you need to change the outlook of your work, whatever you have done. So, it's like a जैसे एक गांव है. ठीक है, वो गांव में there are a lot of, I've made some kind of story kind of thing. So जैसे गांव है तो इसमें all of us, there are so many women, and they are doing, somebody is learning to make enzyme, somebody is learning to bottle the enzyme, and they have a dirty pond. So and somebody is planting the trees just to restore that water body. So everybody is doing their part. Okay, and the intentions of every person is to restore the water body in their village. So everybody is doing different things. कोई volunteer कर रहा है, somebody is putting the bomb, making enzyme and putting it into the pond, and somebody is bottling it, somebody is planting it, somebody is growing the nursery to plant the trees around it. So like this, everybody is doing, and the months have just gone. So everybody is doing that, and it is just passing by. Now, when it is passing by, and then again they realize the water body is still dirty, it is nothing is happening there. All of us are putting, so they all come together and they say, why it is not working? So, everybody is confused. Then we call up Satish Jain ji, our Bioenzyme Bank. Satish ji, it is not working. What do I do? What do we do? How can you help us? So Satish ji says, okay, I will come. I will guide you what to do. Then he comes to rescue the pond. When he comes to rescue the pond, he brings everybody together and he says, see, you have to look through a bigger picture. Don't just look into your work. Look into the bigger picture. What you're doing, you have to keep doing, but you have to look at the bigger picture. Bigger picture is to restore the water body, not just making enzyme, not just planting the trees, We have to look into the entire ecosystem. Then they figure out, okay, there is a dirty nala, there's a dirty drainage which is flowing into the pond, which everybody ignored. They didn't look into the cause. They didn't look into the problem. What is the problem? Why the lake is dirty or the pond is dirty? So everybody was looking into their part. हाँ करना है. We need to do this. We need to make bioenzyme. We need to make, we have to do the waste management. We need to plant the trees and all that kind of thing. But we, in this process, we missed the cause. That is the dirty water, and because of this, the pond is still dirty. इतना effort करने के बाद भी the pond is still dirty. So he says, okay, you look into it. How do we? So now they have identified there is a dirty water which need to be treated. And then they started treating the water. They understood the source, why there's a problem. Let us stop, let us start working at the source, the cause of the problem. And then they figured out their pond is good, the environment is good, the water is good. They use the enzyme after understanding what they need to treat, and then they figure out, okay, yeah, abhi hamara pond is good. It is cleaned. Bioenzyme has worked like a miracle. Within a week, the pond is good. So, it was a community, it was a collective effort. So, it is not about what activity has happened, it is about looking at the bigger picture, not focusing only on, making enzyme, bottling enzyme, pouring the enzyme. No, that is not the process. You have to look at the program or the problem or the challenge, what we are addressing from the make yourself like what do you call that hovercraft? Uh, क्या बोलते हैं उसको hovercraft which flies, no? Drone. So make yourself like a drone with a hovercraft and look at the challenge from that overview. So business model canvas helps you to look at, become like a drone. You look at your business from the upper part, from the top, how it is going to be, what it has to be. So that is what that is important, because then you start working around that. So any model, any business, to take your thing and start working on that. So everybody is happy because lake is done, and they say, okay, yeah, we need to look at the bigger picture and then solve the down. So the business model canvas is that bigger picture, and that is why it is important to handle it. Now, what is this? So business model canvas, it has 9 columns. How many of you are aware of this, all these 9 columns?
बनाया था एक बार आई एम बैंगलोर का मैंने कोर्स ज्वाइन किया हुआ था, तब हमने कैनवस मॉडल देखा था।
Hmm.
तब फर्स्ट टाइम पता चला था ऐसा कुछ होता है।
No, that is why we need to focus on it. So start with that, sector one. What is that? Customer segment, and the value proposition. What are all these things? The different columns are given. So all this thing, start adding it into this, and this is your business model canvas. So here I'll tell you what are the each column. So here what they've written, no, the customer segment, the channel, the customer relationship, value proposition, key activities, key resource, key partners, cost structure, and revenue streams. Now each of these are like, first we defined who are our customers. What is the target market? What are the characteristic of your early adapters? Use the group that you can expect to use your product. So in this customer segment, suppose I'm just giving an example. It could be a floor cleaner, suppose, So floor cleaner is so our segment, our customer segment is home, right? So it is not just home, it can be a hospital, it can be a office. So how each things are getting benefited. Suppose my customer segment is only the mothers. or the housewives. Now, why will mother adapt this? So, mother will take it because it is eco-friendly. When the child crawls on the floor, the hand doesn't get poisoned with the chemicals. So, even if child puts the finger in the mouth and all that, it is safe. If there is a pet at home, the pet paws, the dogs or a cat, their paws, they keep licking, right? So again, the chemical is not getting into their mind. So we define our customer segment here for your business. I'm not talking about the floor cleaner, I'm talking about your business, which sector you want to focus on. So make a note of that here, and what all sectors is mean. It can be multiple sector. It can, and you can definitely amend or make a change in this whenever it is required, right? Next is two. We'll go to the second one. That is value proposition. So here, what are the problem you're addressing? What are the challenges you're addressing, and what is the solution? Because bioenzyme product in itself is a solution. It is not just the product. So today we are all here because we are trying to tackle certain challenges. इसमें problem क्या है? What are you handling? What is, how these nature friendly or bioenzyme based products can help our customer. So you write down all that. So what are the value proposition you have? Now, how and what is the relation? Now, customer relationship, what is the relationship with you to establish with each customer segment? So what kind of relationship you have and channels, how you want to make it available? Is it online products or in retailing or the networking market? What are that? How are you planning to do? So you need to write down that here, right? And what are the four, five? I think it's a cost structure. So no. It is a revenue stream. So from where you will get the revenue? How will you generate income from there? So make a note of all of these. The fifth is that revenue generation. How are you going to generate your revenue? What are the common thing? Common thing in the sense where the customer segment and how, because initially it does need an investment, but how will you generate your revenue? Next will be the key activity. So, what are the task and the activity, the business, uh, what all you will have to do, what all you intend to do through this, what are the key resources, the tangible and intangible things you will have to make uh, your product का ingredient क्या है. So you write about all those kind of things. From where will you source it? How will you get it? How will you make it? All the details here. Key partners, who will be your partners in selling? How will you make your business run? So whether it is a business, the hospital or the homes or the retailers, who are your key partners you're looking at, and what is the cost structure of that? So if you have all these things in place, when you sit with this, you will know. So here we are, it's building blocks of business, what I have written. So here the customer segment, whom are we serving? Who are the people whom we are serving? Value proposition, what are the problem we are solving and the value we are adding? Channels, how do we reach to our customer? Through what channel? Is it a print media, social media, और उसके घर में जाके promote करना है? Or do we have a direct marketing network? How are we planning to? How do we retain them and engage with them, customer? Uh, the and revenue, whether it's an email or it's a survey, or you encourage them with a few things, okay, you get some discount on your second purchase, or whatever you're planning to do with a customer relation, revenue stream, how will you generate income or sustain the entire operation? What are the assets you have? Key resource is the assets, people, or kind of skills you have. What are the key resource? And what must we do to deliver the value? So if we have some value with our thing, what are we going to do to deliver that value? What are the activities we are going to do with that? How are we, the kind of small event or the whatever we plan to do? So all that has to be there. And who will help us in running this entire business? And what are the main costs in running this model? So whatever model you decide for your business, what are the cost for it? Now these are the 9 things. If you start, it will take some time, but if you write down this, it helps. It helps a lot. It helps at a very large extent to take the decisions even at the later stage of your business.
प्रीति जी, मैं अपना लीन कैनवस शेयर करूं? क्योंकि
Yes,
मैंने
yes.
भी अपने, मतलब हम सबका सेम ही है, क्योंकि
हाँ,
इसलिए पूछ
जरूर
रही हूँ।
जरूर. I'll stop this and you can do that. I'll give you that access.
नहीं, मैं पढ़ के ही बता रही हूँ, क्योंकि मैंने ना नोट्स
Okay.
बना रखे हैं अपने।
Okay. हाँ.
तो मतलब मैं वैसे इनको बता देती हूँ। जैसे प्रॉब्लम है, तो हम क्या प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व कर रहे हैं? हार्मफुल
हम्म,
केमिकल्स हैं जो हमारे डेली लाइफ में है ना, उसकी प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व कर रहे हैं। लैक ऑफ अवेयरनेस अबाउट इको फ्रेंडली प्रोडक्ट्स होगी।
हम्म,
विमेन स्ट्रगलिंग टू स्टार्ट लो इन्वेस्टमेंट होम बेस्ड बिजनेस। तो
हम्म,
ये मतलब दो तीन प्रॉब्लम हम सॉल्व करें। फिर कस्टमर सेगमेंट हो गया हमारा, इको कॉन्शियस अर्बन बायर्स हो गए, एनआरआईज एंड गिफ्ट बायर्स हो गए,
हम्म,
विमेन लेड सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप हो गए, स्मॉल रिटेलर्स हो गए, कॉर्पोरेट गिफ्टिंग हो गई। तो ये हमारे मतलब जिम ओनर्स, काफी लिस्ट लंबी हो जाती है अगर इसमें थोड़ा ध्यान से करें ना, कस्टमर
हम्म,
सेगमेंट।
हम्म,
फिर यूनिक वैल्यू प्रपोजिशन हमारा हो गया कि हैंडमेड है, इको प्रोडक्ट्स हैं, केमिकल फ्री हैं। सॉल्यूशन क्या है कि हम वही इको फ्रेंडली क्लीनर्स दे रहे हैं। गिफ्टिंग बंडल्स हो गए, स्किल बेस्ड वर्कशॉप्स भी हम विमेंस को दे सकते हैं। चैनल्स क्या हो गए हमारे, एग्जीबिशंस हो गए, इंस्टा और व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप पे हम शेयर कर सकते हैं। वेबसाइट हो गई, B2B, इंडिया मार्ट, ट्रेड इंडिया, क्योंकि मुझे तो एक्सपोर्ट करना है। रेवेन्यू स्ट्रीम्स हमारी होगी डायरेक्ट, एक तो एग्जीबिशंस हो गया, ऑनलाइन ऑनलाइन हो गया, बल्क गिफ्टिंग हो गई, वाइट लेबलिंग, डिस्ट्रीब्यूटरशिप, वर्कशॉप की फीस। फिर कॉस्ट स्ट्रक्चर हमारा हो गया कि रॉ मटेरियल एंड पैकेजिंग में पैसा लगेगा। प्रोडक्शन होम बेस्ड है तो स्मॉल यूनिट रहेगी, क्योंकि घर में बना रहे हैं। फिर मार्केटिंग करनी है सोशल मीडिया पे, उसका कॉस्ट लगेगा। लॉजिस्टिक की अगर हमें कुरियर से भेजना है तो वो वाले कॉस्ट लगेगा। फिर की मेट्रिक्स है हमारे की नंबर ऑफ मंथली ऑर्डर्स हमारे कितने आए, पर प्रोडक्ट कितना रेवेन्यू हुआ, रिपीट कस्टमर्स हमारे कितने थे। अनफेयर एडवांटेज, मतलब ये तो मेरे लिए उसने बताया कि मैं फाउंडर हूँ। कलरकोट फाउंडेशन की, एमसीजी का मेरा नेटवर्क है। लो ओवरहेड्स हैं क्योंकि मेरी पार्किंग में ही मैं काम करती हूँ। और मतलब ट्रस्ट थ्रू हैंडमेड एंड केमिकल फ्री पोजीशनिंग। तो ये मतलब इस टाइप से लीन कैनवस से आपको आइडिया हो जाता है कि हम किस किस पार्ट में कैसे कैसे काम करना है।
Correct. So this is how it can be for the product, it can be for the services, but these 9 columns are very important to have the clear view of what we intend to do. So, any questions about this, or can we see this next week from few of you? How many of you are going to do this?
Actually, I have done this while I was doing MBA. So
Mm-hmm.
I think it is ingrained in my the
Yeah.
way, like since we have been taught to do this. So whatever I do, everything is already.
Oh, lovely. आप शेयर करो फिर क्या किया आपने, बताओ, थोड़ा आइडिया दो जिन्होंने कुछ नहीं किया उनको।
तीन कैनवस बना के सबको दे दो एक।
तो नो डाउट सब कुछ समझ में आ गया या कुछ भी समझ में नहीं आया?
मुझे लगता है कि
Only when we
जिन्होंने कर
start
रखा उनको तो आ
do
गया
writing
होगा,
it, we will
बाकी।
get doubt.
Yeah, Nitin, you said something?
Only when we start writing it down, right? When we'll get doubts.
Absolutely, yes. Yeah, so a lot of questions will come, and but make sure, I mean, this takes time, but once it is done, it is done. Your foundation to go ahead, it is done, right? So it does take time, yes. A lot of thought has to go into it. I took a lot of time to do. Anyone else?
मैम मैंने अटेंड की थी जब आप लोग ने स्टार्ट किया था ये उनके बिपिन सर के साथ किया था।
हम्म
कोशिश तो की थी लेकिन उतना समझ नहीं आया था उस समय। तो
अभी
मे
आया?
बी अब ट्राई करेंगे फिर से बैठ के, तब देखते हैं क्या होता है। एक
हाँ
साल हो गया तो थोड़ा एक्सपीरियंस भी बढ़ गया है, बट
हाँ
लेट्स सी कि
हाँ
अब पहले वाले में और अब में क्या डिफरेंस आता है।
हाँ. So
तो
keep it with you and keep looking at it, because this helps you to go further, you know.
या
So do that. Anyone else? So I think we are done for today's session, but we will continue. I'll stop the recording and we'll continue for the program what we have planned here in background.